This song will help you memorize the 12 Olympians. So let's start with the first god. Zeus is the god of sky and thunder in mythology. Hera is the goddess of marriage. But I still have more, so make sure you keep score. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure why I can't find that law. There's just so many, feel like there's 20 sometimes. I don't know any.
Good day everyone. So, why am I here in Florida? Well, I'm just here to tell you about the Greek culture. Any idea what pops up in your head when you hear the word Greece? A lot of you was thinking about the Greek mythology. Well, the Greek mythology is very popular in Greece. But let me share you a lot of facts about the Greek culture. Well, the Greek culture today includes language, traditions, religion, food, music, and more. But first, let's go down to this history. Greece is a country with a very rich history from Bronze Age, the Classical period, Roman period, Ottoman period, and more. It's also famous worldwide for many famous people and their actions throughout centuries. This section proposes information about the history of Greece but provides also information about the significance of the flags, at least with most people, archaeology sites, historical monuments, and UNESCO sites in Greece. Then the second is the language. Language constitutes one of the most important elements of the Greek culture. Modern Greek language is a descendant of the ancient Greek language and is affiliated to the part of the Greek or Hellenic branch of Indo-European. The first written Greek was found on a baked mud tablets in the remains of the Knossos Palace of Crete Island. Linear A and Linear B are the two most ancient types of written language in Greece. Then the geography. Geographically, Greece is a mountainous peninsula surrounded by water. Due to the 13,676 kilometers of coastline and the 2,000 Greek islands, of which only 168 are inhabited, the Greeks developed since the ancient times a strong connection with the sea. This is why the Greeks have a long tradition in navigation, shipbuilding, and marine trade, which historically led to interconnection with other people. As the country is located on the corner spot between Europe, Asia, and Africa, the Greek culture is actually a mixture of European and Eastern elements. Then going to the traditions and customs. Tradition in Greece and Greek islands either have religious character or come from paganism. Furthermore, most of the traditions and festivals still followed and celebrated today are religious. That is why so many panegyria are organized in the country, which are actually religious celebrations of saints followed by traditional music and dance in the square of the village. These panegyria are a strong element of the Greek culture and take place all year around, especially in summer. Then in the religion plays an important role in the understanding of daily culture. The 98% of the Greeks are Christian Orthodox. The rest of the population are Muslims, Roman Catholics, and Jewish. Greece and Russia are the only countries to have such a big proportion of Christians Orthodox. The Orthodox Church forms the third largest branch of Christianity after the Roman Catholics and the Protestants. Then going down to the music. The Greek music is of unbelievable diversity due to the creative Greek assimilation of different influences of the Eastern and Western culture of Asia and Europe. Music in Greece has a long history dating from the ancient times, during which poetry, dancing, and music were inseparable and played an important part in the ancient Greek everyday life and culture. And going down to food. The Greek cuisine is famous for its good quality products and the amazing taste of its food and wines. Some dishes are the same everywhere in Greece, whereas some other are local culinary specialties. The same dishes can be cooked differently or with different ingredients depending on the region. Food is an important part of the Greek culture. And the products. Many products are characteristics of Greece, including various types of cheese, feta, Metsovoni, and Fomaela. Virgin olive oil from Lesbos, Crete, and Laconia, copper from Santorini, potatoes from Naxos, citrus fruits from Peloponnese, and others like honey, wine, spices, nuts, and more. These fresh culinary products are widely used in cooking and constitute strong elements of the local culture. Then, churches.
Sparta education. In ancient Sparta, the purpose of education was to produce a well drilled, well disciplined marching army. Spartans believed in a life of discipline, self denial, and simplicity. They were very loyal to the state of Sparta. Every Spartan, male or female, was required to have a perfect body. Following that, boys attended a higher school for 4 more years. When they turned 18, they entered military school for 2 additional years. At age 20, they graduated. Girls were not allowed to go to school. They were educated in housekeeping and how to look after the family. Athens education. In ancient Athens, the purpose of education was to produce citizens, train in the arts, and to prepare citizens for both peace and war. Until age 6 or so, boys were taught at home by their mother or by a male slave. Books were very expensive and rare, so subjects were read out loud and the boys had to memorize everything. To help them learn, they used writing tablets and rulers.
Greek mythology. Studying Greek literature would always lead one to the study of understanding of its mythology. One will have to familiarize himself with the uniqueness of gods and goddesses. The origin of this is the unclear, although it was believed to have been influenced by Mediterranean, whose origin lie in the Crete and the Asian Minor. The Greek mythological gods and goddesses were made out of their own image, very different from the Egyptian and the others. They were believed to be the controller of the human beings. Then, the Greek gods were not supreme almighty beings. They were looked upon as idealized human beings. They were powerful but looked human, and had the same flaws human had. They were immortal, they didn't get old or sick, and had eternal youth. But they did have human flaws, desires, and needs such as hunger and thirst. Let me give you some example of the Greek gods. The number one Greek god is Zeus. Who is Zeus? He is the most powerful of all, god of the sky and the king of Olympus. Roman name is Jupiter. He was married to Hera but had many other lovers. There is Hera. Hera was the goddess of marriage and the queen of Olympus. Poseidon. Roman name is Neptune. Poseidon was the god of the sea. Aphrodite was the goddess of love and beauty and protector of sailors. Apollo was the god of music and healing. He was also an archer and hunted with a silver bow. Ares was the god of war. He was both cruel and coward. Artemis was the goddess of the hunt and protector of a woman childbirth. Athena was the goddess of wisdom. Roman name is Minerva. Hermes, Roman name is Mercury. Hermes was the messenger of gods and trickster, a friend of Thebes. He was said to have invented boxing and the gymnastic. Thank you.
Lilies, for those with a broken heart, a journey in 5 parts. O lover, with your skin so white, the purest alabaster, delicate as the whitest lily that only opens its petals at night. Come to me, my love, across the fields full of lilies at night. The stars shining overhead are witnesses to our love, as bright as the sky. Oh, the heart was what it wants, imagining its perfect mate. Alas, it cannot be so. Yesterday's heart has lost its mate. So imagine the new one with a trepidation that replaces the longing for what was with what is. The lonely crying, the morning doves never sounded so sad. But now that the heart wants to love, and a new love will blossom, filling that void with its rapturous beauty. Come to me, my love, across fields full of lilies, and all looks new tonight.
When love seems lost to the eaters, those love cross that invisible barrier when a loved one dies, passes rather. Yes, it is the soul that carries the love, not the body. And the love that we feel for another is eternal. When I was on earth, and I lost my love Addis, I wonder whenever I would ever reclaim her, bask in her special love once again. Then I passed, and I learned that what I hope for become real, that love flies with you as your soul departs your body, in its wind flight to paradise, and there wait your loves.
Power of Love by Sophocles. O love, thou art victor in flight, thou makest all things afraid, thou couchest thee softly at night on the cheeks of a valley. Thou passest the bounds of the sea, and the folds of the fields. To thee, the immortal, to thee, the imperishable yields. Thou maddenest them that possesses thee, thou turnest astray the soul of the just to oppress them out of the way. Thou hast kindled among us pride and the quarrel of kin. Thou art Lord by the eyes of a bride, and love light terrain. Thou sittest assessor with right, her kingdom is deep, who sports with invisible might, Aphrodite divine.
Love song by Euripides. One with eyes of earth, commit from his dwelling. Someone loves various behind my telling. The dyed grace though shines, like some nymph divinest, in her caverns dear, all delight pursue her. Soon paved flowers, sweet breathing, shall die head by weeping.
Some terrible